What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Auto Auction Rebuilds. Today we're back with my stolen 2014 Ford F-150 3.5 EcoBoost Super Crew 4x4. And if that sounded like a mouthful, well, believe me, it was. We've got a lot to do to this truck today, and I want to try to get everything done if that's even possible. This truck is so big, even on my wide lens, I can't fit the whole thing in it. So I may have made a mistake. So we need a new drive shaft. I got a new drive shaft, all right? But I noticed when I put these wheels on, which I paid like $300 for, they're good, they're decent, you know, they're decent wheels and tires. But I noticed when I put them on, they didn't look like they quite fit. There was such a big gap. It's like this truck was lifted maybe only a couple of inches. But yeah, it just didn't look right. So I went out and I bought these for $800. These are factory Ford wheels. These are off of a newer generation F-150, but they're about 34 inches tall. Now, I know for you guys, this isn't going to look right, but here we are right at 34 inches tall. Just trust me when I tell you, it's 34 inches, okay? These, I may have gone a little too big. They were $800 for a set of 4, and I thought, man, that's really going to make this look good. It's going to offset. It's going to look nice. It's going to fill in some of that gap, because I think that maybe this had aftermarket wheels on it before, and that's why it was stolen and the wheels were missing, because somebody had already offloaded the wheels. So let me show you guys the drive shaft. We actually have the drive shaft in a position so that I could show you guys what this thing looks like. It is bad. It's really, really bad. Take a look at that drive shaft. Why is my light flashing? There we go. That sucker, it is dinged up right there. Moving on down, I mean, it's flat. It's pancaked. Look at that. Super easy drive shaft to replace, though. I think it looks like just four bolts. Out the old one comes, and the new one will slide in. We might lose a little bit of trans fluid when we're doing it, but I want to start, before doing the drive shaft, I want to do these wheels. These things are crazy heavy. They're really heavy. These are very heavy wheels and tires. This should be easy. I shouldn't say that, but this should be easy. So I'm going to save that for last. I'm going to do the hard stuff first, and let's see what it looks like with a new set of wheels. I'm not going to make you guys sit here and watch the whole progress, but I am going to try to get you, like, maybe right here. Stupid ladders. I got wheels coming out of my ears in this place right now, guys. I got a lot of projects. I got a lot of cars. How's this? Does that help? You can see what it looks like now. And let's come back after I change all 4 of these, and I'll for sure be out of breath. Well, what do you think? Before or after? I think these suckers look good. It looks like a pretty tight fit, which is what I wanted. I hope it clears things like, well, heck, this isn't even, I don't even think this is all the way in place here, but yeah, we'll figure it out. It's got a plug in it right there too. I didn't see that. Well, whatever. They were relatively cheap, and all I need is something just to get this thing rolling for now. I think it looks like a whole different truck, man. This thing looks like it looks like a beast. An absolute beast. I love the way this thing looks with those wheels. Now, I know you're probably wondering, well, didn't you just waste all that money on these wheels? I did not. I did not. Let me tell you why. Because I'm going to try to win that other stolen F-150. The one that's just like this, but black. It's also missing its wheels. So I'm going to try to win that. And if I do, well, I've got the perfect wheels to go on. In fact, if these wheels would fit, these would probably be more perfect because the truck itself is black. These would look good. I could always find more wheels if I want to change them up. But just to get it rolling and on the road, here we go. We got a set of wheels. Also, got a set of wheels that came off that Mustang GT. We got a set of wheels. They're supposed to go on this car right here, but probably don't fit. And I think next, let's focus on getting this drive shaft in the truck. This is the next big thing that needs to be done before we can drop it down and we can start focusing on actually trying to put the interior back together. I want to cut out all the wires that don't go to anything anymore. Let's cut all that crap out. Let's put the interior back together, hopefully get the door panel reinstalled, and make it look like a decent truck again. All right, guys. I've taken liberty of taking 4 bolts out. I didn't think you guys needed to watch me pull 4 bolts out of a drive shaft. Now again, I expect it's going to make a little bit of a mess. Well, it'd be nice if we could find somewhere to pry on this, wouldn't it? Maybe a hammer would help. There we go. There she goes. And down she comes. Like I said, I know this is going to make a mess. Let me turn you guys a little bit. You guys can see what's going on up that way. All right. And yes, I'm keeping track of what angle the drive shaft is in. Yeah, we didn't lose any fluid out of the transfer case. So this has got to go in exactly the way that one just came out. They are balanced. I'm pretty sure it has to go in the same way. So I've already got the drive shaft sitting the way it needs to go. Just a matter of sticking it back in. All right, I had to cut a few zip ties off, but we got to get this on just like she came out. So start up here. Ow. Let's start up here and let's see how close we are. Ugh. It can't be that hard, right? Yeah, right. Actually, guys, no way. Well, that's pretty close. It ain't close enough. I'm like maybe 2 teeth off. Maybe 2 teeth off. Let's right about there. Oh, how's that? Yeah, that's nowhere near where it needs to be either. Well, I can't tell you how fun this is. I'm having a great time here. Let's try. Uh-oh. Let's try there. Ha! On the money. Thank you. I sure didn't want to do that again. Well, now that we got the drive shaft out, I think you can clearly see how bad this drive shaft really was. It's pretty bad, guys. So I've got the new one in, got it lined up perfectly. Everything is bolted down, torqued to spec. Click, 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 click. Actually, it's torqued down just as tight as I could tighten them down is what I'm trying to tell you. Now we can finally bring this thing off the lift, get it down, and we can finally take it for a proper drive and make sure everything is okay. But before we do that, I think we might as well start working on the interior. Let's try to put some of this back together, make it look like a respectable truck again. Underneath, surprisingly, aside from some chewed up control arms from forklifts, wow, look at that. Yeah, the forks definitely got them. But aside from that, no leaks at all. This thing is going to be a good truck. I'm telling you, this is going to be a great truck for someone. Maybe me, but let's be real. I'm probably going to flip it. All right, so here we go. This is going to be fun. So I've got I call these my loppers, man. These things will cut anything. First thing I did is I took this wire, which was still hooked up to the battery. By the way, it still had power. And it runs through the firewall. And then it goes through the passenger side. I don't know who installed this, but it looks like it was a very professional job. Great, my light's dead. Anyway, the wiring runs through here, and it gets even better when we get to the other side. The other side is, here's what I'm going to do. I was going to try to properly uninstall all of this. I ain't got time for all this, guys. It ain't going to hurt anything. This wire, I'm going to cut this way up, and if I can pull it out, I will. If I can't, then I'm just going to zip tie it and leave it. We got some, looks like some RCA cables that were cut that I'm going to leave in there, and then this goes all the way to the grate. Now it's got sticky crap all over it, but we got to get all this out of the back, and then it runs up, and then it runs down, and then it comes over here, and yeah, somebody had a hell of a system in here is what they had. And the people even took the speakers, man. Like, they took the speakers out of the doors. So no wonder the radio doesn't work. And then we get to try to put all this stuff back together. Of course, if there's any screws that are supposed to be in this stuff, those are long gone. There's a, I don't know what that is, but that's gross. Then we get to put the radio back together. This is all temporary. I want it to where it can be driven. You know, that's all I want. I just want it put back together in a way that it looks like a truck again. It's going to need a thorough cleaning. I wouldn't be surprised if that, I think the battery's dead. Yeah. Yep, I bet the battery just died. I left the doors open, the interior lights on for quite a while, so we'll probably have to jump it. So that's what we're up against. A lot of this. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? There's really only one thing this truck is missing right now, and that is some running boards. I think a set of running boards would really make it look good. I have no clue if this thing's actually going to turn without rubbing, but take a look. I mean, it's dirty. I didn't get to clean it up, but take a look. It's all back together. Look. Yeah. It's all back together. Take a look back here. Again, dirty. And unfortunately, it did not come with the speaker covers. And this piece is missing as well. But it's all back together. And I think it looks a lot better. Now, I was going to cheat and just cut the wires and leave them in the floor. I couldn't bring myself to do it, man. I just couldn't. So here is the piles. I mean, that's a lot of wire, guys. There's a lot of wire down there. I took everything out. I feel good about it. I think we're ready. I thought the battery was dead, but I guess it's not. Let's go ahead and fire it up. Fired right up. Air conditioning came right to life. The only thing I'd really like to do before we take it out of here, does this window work now? There it is. There it is. We got all the windows working now. This this piece is, well, it's broken. It's not perfect. And I didn't pay perfect money for the truck, so I don't expect it to be perfect. But I think the only thing I'd really like to do to this truck is get this writing off the windows, and then we can take it out for a proper test drive and see how it does. All right, time to back her out of the garage. And we finally get to take it on a proper test drive, probably to a gas station, because there is no gas in this thing at all. In fact, I don't even know if we've got enough gas to make it to a gas station. That's a little concerning. All right, well, I guess first test on the road. Uh-oh, a little bit of rubbing. You know what's great though? The airbag light went off. There are no warning lights on the dash anymore. None. So only the slightest rub. Yeah, a very slight rub, probably on the inner fender liner. All right, well, I'm gonna grab something cold to drink out of the house. I'm gonna open these mirrors because that's helpful for seeing. Boy, this thing came out really, really good. It's not done. Obviously, it needs a hell of a cleaning. And for right now, it needs some gas. But take a look at it, man. From where it came to where it is today, that's a long way, guys. It's a long way from a truck that was a stolen theft recovery that was sitting here without any wheels or any tires. Look at it. It's ready to go to work. It's ready to go to work. Man, I am very happy with this truck. So I guess the only thing we really have left to do for today's video is let's go find a gas station. Let's put some gas in it so it doesn't run out. And we'll see how it drives with a good drive shaft and some new wheels. All right, guys. One other thing I need to do is put a plate on it. So we put a license plate on her. Now she's legal. She's legit. Look at that. She's ready to roll. Now all we got to do is hopefully we make it to a gas station. I took the liberty of including a 5-gallon empty jug of gas back there because you can always use some gasoline at the house. It feels nice in here. It sits nice and high. This might sit higher than my Ram, guys. I don't know. Let me buckle up. Let's take her on a drive. Let's do it. Low fuel. Yes. Thank you. I'm well aware that there is absolutely no gas in this truck at all. And of course, what is it? It's almost 5 o'clock. We're getting into rush hour, so this should be fun. Can we clear? Yeah, we're gonna clear our trip so everything is blanked out at 0. The slightest rub. Nothing crazy. These wheels are perfect. All right, here we go. First ride, new wheels, new tires, new drive shaft. Hey, look at that. No vibration. Wheels straight as an arrow. Horn works. Brakes feel good. This is nice. Ooh, and you feel those turbos kick in. We do have some noise from the rotors, which is from all the rust. Remember, this is the first time this thing has been driven any distance at all in years. It's been missing, stolen for a long time, guys. It's got 167,000 miles on it. And it'll take a little bit to get those rotors cleaned up. Let's just hope we can make it to the gas station because there's no gas stations nearby and I have no gas in this truck to be trying this. So we're taking a truck that we know nothing about and here we go on the road. When those turbos kick in, man, boy. There we go. Let's get it up to speed. Cruise control on. Listen to those tires. I love the sound of those tires. That road noise. Cruise control is set at 55. This thing rides nice. This rides really nice. I don't know if we're gonna make it. That gas is like on the red. The steering feels good. Currently averaging 10.6 miles a gallon. It's gonna have to do better than that because it's like 20 miles to town. And there's probably not more than a gallon of gas in this thing. So anyway, look at it. Steering wheel nice and straight, no vibrations. We're going around this curve here and it handles great. It feels great. It sounds wonderful. Yeah. Oh man, this was a great deal for whatever it was, $4,000, $45,000. I think I keep thinking this was $39.95, but out the door it ended up being like $46, something like that. Anyway, I still feel like it was a great deal for that money. Air conditioning is nice and cold. I'm happy. Let's see if we can get on down to the gas station before we run out of gas. Well, this was a great time to get railroaded because we have no gas remaining. We're getting about 15 miles a gallon so far. Hopefully that goes up with some fresh fuel. Remember, God only knows how old the gas is that's in this thing. I poured just a little bit of what I had in it, but it wasn't much. If this train doesn't get by very soon, we're probably going to end up dead on the side of the road right here where we sit. Well, guys, we made it to the gas station, and there it is, 36.2 gallons, $142. I got 93 at $3.91 a gallon, and it actually held 31 gallons, but I went ahead and filled up a 5-gallon gas can real quick, so that's what brought it to where it is. So now we should have a full tank of gas. And yes, this does have the optional 36-gallon fuel tank. I think most Ford trucks come with the 36-gallon tank, but believe it or not, it is an option. Let's take a look. Full tank of gas. There we go. Cold air. We're ready to hit the road. TPMS fault. Yes, I'm aware. 15.2 miles a gallon average currently. Let's see what it is when we get the rest of the way home. We've driven 18.3 miles, so let's get back to the house. And we're back to the house. We made it. I'm curious to see what this fuel economy is going to look like here. There is a little scrape from time to time. I don't think it's bad enough to worry about, but there you go. Average fuel economy, 22.5 miles a gallon, and dropping, of course, because we're sitting here idling, still in the nice cold air conditioning, full tank of gas. I don't know what more you want for 3,500 bucks. I guess it's not $3,500 anymore, because we did put a little bit of money into it. 3,500 bucks plus there were all the auction fees and stuff, so probably even somewhere around $4,500 after fees and everything. $800 for wheels and tires, $200 for a drive shaft, and now I just put $100 in gas. So whatever all of that adds up to, that's about what we're into it for. So there you have it. What is it, about $5,600 total invested into this truck that runs and drives excellent? This is a nice truck, guys. It really is. May have a few imperfections, a few bumps and bruises, but I mean, it's a truck. It's supposed to. And at least with a few imperfections, if somebody door dings you, you won't get super mad about it, because it's like, well, hey, man, you know, it's a good, cheap, reliable truck. This thing did excellent on the test drive. We drove close to 40 miles, which I said we would. It's sitting here purring like a kitten. Still needs cleaned up on the inside and the outside for sure. It's going to get cleaned up. But I think I'm going to send this one back to auction, guys. I don't know if I'm going to send it to dealer auction. I think it might actually do really well at the dealer's auction after it's cleaned up with the big wheels and tires. And yeah, I think it would do pretty well at the dealer's auction. And the reason I'm thinking about sending this one to auction is because I think there's money, maybe, hopefully, that I could still make off this. If I don't send it to dealers, I'll send it to Copart. If I don't know. I'll figure out where to send it, but we'll figure that out another time. I've got the Impala still sitting here. I haven't driven it. I brought it back from the auto spa and I just kind of left it here. I haven't even had time to look at this truck. This is my 2018, and I'm hoping that this one might be one, maybe, possibly, that I use for hauling, because I think the tow capacity on this one with the 3.5 is like 7,700 pounds. I think it'll tell us. I hope it'll tell us. Stop now. Come back here. Somewhere in here, somewhere amongst all of this stuff, it should tell us the weight, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. It's here somewhere. So I looked it up, and this truck can tow somewhere between 7,000 and 8,000 pounds, which is decent for sure. I mean, it's definitely more than enough to tow most of what I'm going to want to tow. My trailer weighs 2,000, maybe 2,500 pounds. And if you put a 3,000, 4,000 pound car onto it, well, you're looking at about 6,500 pounds. It's kind of pushing it, but it's definitely capable of doing it. This one, however, from what I've been able to find online, and I could be wrong, but everything I've read says that the 2018 F150 4x4 Super Crew with the 5.0 V8 engine should be capable of towing somewhere around 13,000 pounds. This has the max tow package, I believe. I don't even know if that's true or not. Let me double check. Yes, it does. It has the max tow package. You've got your four-wheel drive, your trailer backup deal for it to auto steer for you, and your trailer brakes. Yes, this has the max tow package. So this one could be, I'll have to do some more research, but around 13,000 pounds. That's a big difference from that one over there. This one is much newer. It has the 10-speed automatic transmission. It's got the Coyote engine, so naturally aspirated. No turbochargers or anything like that to worry about. But there's a downside to this truck, and that is I got it really cheap for like 8,000 bucks. And it's supposed to have something very, very wrong with it. So we're going to have to look into that at some point. The police car still looking as good as ever. I've got to roll the 1940 back into the shop and get it out of the weather. The Sunbird is still here. This is just kind of the lineup of cars we've got right here in front of the house today. I've won another one today. One just got dropped off today that you guys have not seen yet. The Mustang GT with our new wheels. The Ram 3500. The SSR. And I told you guys before I was going to be putting some cars up for sale, and I did. I did just that. Not the SSR. I just can't bring myself to let go of this yet. But I won this. You guys are never going to... Yeah, anyway, I won this today. No, sorry, I won this yesterday, and it just got here. Oh, man, I'm so excited about this turd. I really am. But the show, the Taurus SHO, it is now up for sale. Runs, drives like it's supposed to. No issues with it. Cold AC, great car, nice sounding engine. And the Audi S4. I put both of these up for sale today. I need to put the top back up on this one before we get out of here. So both of these are at Copart. I know they're dirty. It is what it is, man. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't have time to clean these things up, but yes, 4.2 V8 Quattro with the manual transmission, the 6-speed manual transmission, working convertible top, air conditioning works, radio navigation works, good tires, everything works. No warning lights on the dash, strong clutch, not an issue with this car. Aside from the hood. You know, Brian said at the auto saw he could probably polish a lot of that out, but, you know, it is what it is. I'm not going to mess with it. So these two are for sale. I'm going to put links to both of them below this video, just in case you're interested. You can go check them out. I think that's going to be it for this video, ladies and gentlemen. If you enjoyed today's content, hit the thumbs up button and let me know. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already subscribed, and drop those comments below. Till next time, stay safe out there, everybody. I look forward to seeing you all again very soon in the next one.